Hi, everybody. Welcome to Live with Kesha L. Hayes. Thank you so much for your patience. Oh, my goodness. If you all knew what it took for me to get on this live tonight, you'll be praising God with me. We made it. We made it. We made it. Thank you all so much for joining. My name is Kesha L. Hayes. I'm your transformational leader in healthcare. I help you or your loved one navigate the healthcare system. I'm a motivational speaker and I'm an author, and I train the next level healthcare professionals. Thank you so much for your continued support. Thank you for your patience. Those of you who have been waiting for me to go on live, thank you, thank you, thank you so much. I really appreciate you hanging in there for me to get on today. So, want to jump right in. I don't want to delay you all. You've been patient. Just wanted to thank you for watching last week. We talked about my post secondary institution, all the classes we offered. We also said to you, if you were one of those individuals who wanted to own a school like mine, we can talk about how we can coach you in to being able to have that for yourself. You can also work with me, keep our name going, and talk about franchisement and some other opportunities. So, I did have someone reach out to me today and interested in talking to that person to find out what they want to do further. And this is about helping you be successful. So just remember some tips is to make sure that you are choosing the right school, choosing a school that has a license to provide these certifications to you, that you're taking your state or national exam, and that you're going out there working, you're doing your best, and you're doing your continuing education units so that you can stay abreast of your field and be knowledgeable about your field, okay? And you want to do only those things that you've been taught to do and that you know to do, okay? So, those of you who are going to be watching this in the replay, please make sure you hit hashtag replay. Those of you who are new to us, please comment your name. Let us know who you are. Also, want to just thank you all who are continuing to watch us and those who have supported us week after week and all these years. Okay, so we're on our 8th year of business. We're living in our eighth. We are putting those old things behind us and we are launching forward into our new. So, wanted to just say something real quick before we jump into our topic. When we talked about our school and we talked about the things that we do at our school, professional development and training services, I wanted to talk to you about a few things. I did jot some notes down because, as much as I want to remember everything, sometimes I don't always do. But I wanted to tell you that right now we have a 96.8% pass rate for our nurse aid program. This is our state exam pass rate. So we did have about 5 students test a week or two ago. Two came up short, but hey, that's realistic. Um, ways to think of things. I don't think we're perfect as much as I want to be, but realistically, we're going to have some people that fall short. So we had 2 people that missed the mark. So give or take, that might have brought it down 1 or 2%, but we're at a high 90% pass rate for our skills portion of our state exam for nurse aid, and we're at 100% pass rate for our written exam for the nurse aid. Also, we are in great standing with National Health Career Association for our medical assistant test. I have not glanced back at that percentage, but I know we're in the mark of being over the um, threshold of people in our state um, percentage wise of passing. I will make sure I bring that exact number back to you. So I'm saying all this to say that we're offering these classes, but we're also providing people what's necessary for them to go and be successful on the exam after they get done. We also are helping people with employment. We are partnered with a lot of different entities to help find individuals a career. So if you are an employer that has a staffing gap and you need us to help fill that gap, please reach out to us. But we have some real true stories of our students who have gone out there and are now working in the field, and they are so proud. And I go see them sometimes, or I pop up someplace that I don't know they're working, and I'm like, oh my gosh, that's my student. And I hear so much feedback about how great they're doing in the workforce. So it's really, really making us happy, making us smile to know that we've provided an impact. Now, I couldn't do this alone. It takes the help of my instructors. Without them teaching the class, I could not have a successful school like I do. When I first started the organization, of course, it was just me. I was everything. And then I quickly understood that the assignment that God had given me was so great, I couldn't do it alone. And if you're doing it alone right now in the beginning, that's okay, because right now, you're getting your feet wet and you're trying to navigate what it is that you're doing. But after a while, you're going to realize that the dream is so big, the purpose is so big, you're going to need a team. And I advise you to get a team. So now I have a team. I have instructors, wonderful instructors. I have Mrs. Rawls, who teaches phlebotomy. She comes with over 30 years of experience. She is absolutely amazing. I have Miss Yvonne Peterson, who does EKG, also Miss Latoya Strickland. They both have a wealth of knowledge. And, the students are just gaining so much knowledge with them. I've just added another instructor, and I will make her name public as soon as she begins next week. She's going to be helping with the clinical rotation for our nurse aide. And then we have Regina Preston, who is teaching our medical assistant course. We have some wonderful individuals. They not only teach the skills necessary for these individuals to be good out there in the workplace, they teach the theory, the importance behind why they do what they do, but then they also teach the professionalism, okay? And that's key, because without being professional, without having that great attitude, without, building rapport with people, you will not make it in any profession. So I couldn't do it without them. But the most important thing about our organization, one of our organizations, I'm happy to talk about the school 2 weeks in a row, professional development and training services, the students. We could not provide this service without them signing up. We have a lot of our students who sign up through word of mouth. If you send someone to our school and they actually sign up because you referred them, you will get a $25 incentive. I had someone the other day come and pick up their $50 because they referred two people and they actually signed up. So if you know someone that wants to come and gain a trade, please make sure that you tell them to state your name when they come, and then we'll tell them to send you so you can pick up your incentive, or we can mail it to you. But those student testimonies, y'all, are just so amazing. Those student testimonies, the reviews that they give us is just so rewarding. And I had a student the other day say that they were just so proud to attend the school, that they've learned so much, that we've taught them so many things that they did not know. I was at graduation once, and I had a grandmother come up to me and said that my grandchild really never finishes anything, never finished anything. And she finally finished something, and it happened to be the class at your school. Thank you for working with her. And I mean, so many different people. And that's why we do it. Of course, we need to have money to make our business operate, but we're not in it just for the money. We're in it for the purpose. It's a ministry. When the students come, we don't know what they're carrying. We don't know what their background is. We don't know what they're going through on a daily basis. So we're going to treat them the way we want to be treated. And we're also going to find out what their needs are. And we're going to make sure we help them meet their needs. If they are homeless, we're going to reach out to local resources. If they need food, we're going to do the same thing. If they need transportation, we have volunteers that will help them get to school for now. we're going to look to see if there's another avenue that our school can get in so that we can have transportation as a part of that sector, because people want to come to school, but they face barriers. They face lack of transportation. They face people not being able to watch their children. So we need people to provide daycare services. So we want to be able to help them. And this is what it's about. Our school is giving people a second chance to become self-sufficient, get off government funds and programs, and make a living on their own, and just be excited and happy that they are able to provide. Sometimes it's an embarrassment to certain people when they don't have a trade under their belt, or they don't have a certification, or they can't provide for their family, and you don't know how they feel at the time. But when they come through our school and they finish, oh my gosh, they are just, you know, really excited, because we're giving them that launch and that push to go to the next level. That's why we're training the next level healthcare professional. Next level, not meaning that, you know, um, they are going to be the best, not just the best, but they are also going to be on another level in life, period. So that's why we say that, okay? So I just want to thank you all so much for the support that you all have provided to us. Those of you who have come to us, allowed us to be a part of your educational journey, okay? And once again, those of you who are wanting to start a school like ours, we can help you. So reach out to us and we can give you some more information about that. Okay. If you have any questions, please make sure you put it in the comment. We'll try to answer them today. If not, we'll get back to you via inbox, or we'll answer the question on our next live. Okay. But I just wanted to remind you all that is further than just us training individuals. We're actually providing people a new way of life, okay? And we're getting this feedback from them about how inspired they have been by coming through our program. So even though we're located in a small town, Lugoff, South Carolina, in Kershaw County, we're doing big things, okay? And you know, when God is covering you and He is over you, you have no choice but to provide big things, okay? Because He's a big God. So now we want to go into the topic that we're going to be discussing today. And I am just so proud to talk about this. Once again, I've got my notes jotted here and going to be referring to them. But those of you who also know, a part of our organization serves the older adults, okay? Older adults we call Asian beauties. Asian beauties has nothing to do with gender. It's a person with exemplary wisdom who should be celebrated and valued daily. How many of us have older parents? Probably all of you can say, I do. How many of you are older or aging yourself? Some of us, most of us. How many of us are going to age at some point? All of us. So we have all of these things in common. So what I wanted to talk to you about is, I know sometimes we hear the phrase aging in place, but I take it a little bit further. They're aging in grace. They should be aging in grace, okay? And what I mean by aging in grace, and y'all make sure y'all quote me when y'all start using that phrase because it's mine, okay? But aging in grace is when we take care of our older adults with dignity and respect, and we take care of them gracefully no matter where they're at, okay? They can be in the nursing home, they can be at their home, they can be wherever. Okay. We're going to take care of them in grace. We're going to show them dignity and we're going to show them respect. So if you have someone who's an older adult and they are living in a nursing home, an assisted living community, ways that you can find out if they are being cared for is to visit them. Okay. If you're in another state and you can't get to them, then you want to make sure you um, use FaceTime, use some type of device to put your eyes on them. If they don't have a phone or an iPad, maybe ask the entity if they can show you your loved one, okay? But if you're not here in the state, the same place that your loved one is, then maybe ask a friend, a relative, contact us. Let us go out, let us go out and visit them, because you can tell a lot by what you see. Okay. Thank you all so much for joining. Just want to say hi to the newcomers. I'm Kesha L. Hayes, for those of you who don't know me, and I am talking about how to properly care for the elderly. The reason why I'm talking about this topic is because I own, excuse me, y'all, that's my cute little frame in the background, and it won't stay still. So, and let me show y'all that, by the way, since it made such a big noise. It says, "You are meant for big things." My friend and sister Karen Griffin gave me this. And yes, you are meant for big things. So it must have wanted me to say that tonight, because it fell. But anyway, back on topic, I just wanted to tell you all that we are talking about how to properly care for the elderly, and how to look at them and tell if there's something going on that we need to pay attention to. Okay, so back to why I'm talking about this. I should have gave you this backstory first, but because I own a school, a post-secondary institution, and it provides individuals with the curriculum that's needed to have a rewarding career in the healthcare industry. We teach them not only EKG, phlebotomy, nurse aide, medical assistant, medication technician, but we're providing this training initially for them to go out and properly care for our older adults. They need a lot of attention. They need people to really have that buy-in and that vocation to serve them, okay? And so while our students will care for pediatrics, they'll care for people of all other age groups, we know that older adults are living longer, and that older adults are becoming a vast amount of our population. Okay, so we really need to care for them. These are people who have paved the way for us. These are individuals who have allowed us to be in the seats that we're in. These are individuals who have gone and done so many wonderful things for us. So we owe that to them. They're our greatest generation. And so we're talking about aging in grace, providing dignity and respect to our older adults. When I look at other countries, I was talking to someone in Mexico and the Philippines one day, and they said we don't send our loved ones to nursing homes and assisted living communities. We care for them ourselves at our house or at their house. So they have a different profound respect that I feel for their older adults. And, you know, some of us do as well, but we miss the mark at times. And so if you have someone that you know is an older adult in your family, or someone you know, and they need attention, provide them with the dignity and respect that they deserve. Okay. Um, but moving forward, if you have someone that's living in a nursing home or assisted living community, make sure that they are being taken care of. Okay. To properly care for an older adult, you have to do several different things. Okay. You have to visit them and check on them. Okay. And if you're not in the state that your loved one is in, you can ask a family member, another family member. You can ask a friend. You can reach out to an agency, whatever it is that you need to do. But when they go and see your loved one, there are several things that they can tell about your loved one to know if they are being cared for properly. If you glance them and they do not look like they are eating properly, or they're malnourished, they've lost a lot of weight, you can just sense or tell that they may not be getting the proper nutrients. Okay, that needs to be brought to someone's attention. If they're not alert, they look lethargic, sleepy, they're not really being verbal, We need to find out why they're like that. Are they over medicated? Are they going through a stage of depression? We need to bring that to someone's attention. If they have their hair in disarray, and they, um, have clothes on that smells or have stains, have they been properly dressed, or are they being dressed on a regular basis? If they smell, are they being bathed like they should? All these things are a sign of neglect. Okay. They're not getting the proper care that they deserve. So we want to make sure that we are looking with our eyes, we are smelling with our nose, we are hearing certain things. We're using our senses to objectively look at these older adults to see what is happening. Okay. We also need to make sure that we are staying abreast of their medication list, and seeing what it is that they're taking. Some of these older adults don't know the different types of medications that they're on. Sometimes they may be taking the same thing, just in a different category. It may not be necessary. This might be causing them to have other underlying symptoms that they are experiencing. So ask them how they feel, and let them talk to you about what it is that they're feeling in their body. Okay. Listen to them. Okay. Sometimes, we don't have patience with older adults. They may not say it as fast as we want them to say it. They may not say it how we want them to say it, but we got to take time, and we have to listen to them, and don't be so quick to interrupt. But we want them to tell us about their feelings, and we want to be attentive, and let them know that we are concerned and we care about those things. And they can tell us a lot in what they're saying. Okay. Make sure that they are eating healthy meals, because that's essential. Okay. Make sure that they are not putting too much salt in their diet. Make sure that they are not eating a lot of starches. We don't want things to lead to high sodium. We don't want things to lead to high cholesterol, or them acquire diabetes. We want them to eat right. We want them to eat their fruits and their vegetables. We want them to eat smaller portions throughout the day, as opposed to large portions 2 or 3 times a day. Okay. Let them snack on things that are healthy. Some older adults may have dentures or partials. They may not be able to bite and chew like they used to. But if that needs attention, then we need to make sure that we're following up with their doctor. Maybe we can get a swallowing eval, or maybe we can get some apparatus to help them with being able to use all of their muscles in their mouth to chew properly. Okay. Or find another source of nutrients, like shakes. So thank you all for joining. Want to pause right now and tell you that if you want to visit my website, I'm at www.keshahayes.com. You can also follow me on Instagram and Facebook. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel. I am here talking about how to properly care for your older adult. This is just the beginning of us giving some topics about different things to help you with managing the healthcare system, navigating things that you need to for your loved one. Every week is going to be a different topic. One week it may be about next level healthcare professionals. It may be about helping you find employment in the healthcare sector. It may be talking about an older adult and how we can show more respect to them. Or today, like tonight, we're talking about how to properly care for them. Okay. So just remember too that the biggest thing is making sure that you look at the loved one, see with your eyes what's going on, hear what they're saying. Okay. Smell objectively, see what's going on, and get help. You can't do it by yourself. Get help. Make sure you reach out to other loved ones. Make sure you reach out to friends and families um, to help you with this. If you're in another state, or if you um, can't seem to get there as much as others, make sure there's something in place to make sure that your loved one has what they need. Okay. Um, so, in the process of you caring for other people, like older adults, um, you need to make sure that you are caring for yourself. Okay. It could be very taxing on those who care for their loved ones, and they need support as well. So make sure that you provide self care. We know that over 90% of chronic illnesses are due to stress. So make sure that you're relieving stress by doing things that excite you, doing things that relax you. We do offer a Zen room at our facility. So if you want to come in, prop your feet up, relax, lay your head back, listen to some nice, calming music, you can do that free of charge. Okay. Just reach out to us at 803 572 0780. Self care is the best care. You can't take care of someone else if you're not healthy. Okay. And healthy is not just physical, it's emotional as well. It's our mind, okay? It's knowing what you deserve. It's parting from things that don't serve you any goodness, okay? Anything that's stressing you out or hindering your peace, you need to let it exit, okay? Um, but also a part of taking care of the elderly too is making sure that they get their regular medical checkups. You want to make sure that they have their wellness exams, because these are preventative things that you can take them to, um, and the preventative things will allow us to combat some of the illnesses that they get because they haven't been going to the checkups first of all to catch something that they could have not have had for long term, but because they let it sit and no one knew, it grew. And then now they have to deal with it long term. So we want to make sure we're taking them to regular checkups, their preventative things. We're making sure that they're exercising, and if they can't stand, they're always sitting. You can do chair exercises with them. But most importantly, you want to just show social engagement and companionship. Okay. Just imagine if you were an older adult or a young person and you are never around anyone else and you're lonely and you are just sitting there and you're staring at four walls, no one ever visits, no one ever calls. How would you feel? You would feel alone, you would feel isolated, you would feel abandoned, you would feel like no one cares about you. You would also feel like there's no reason for you to live. And so there is something called adult suicide, okay? Um, Adult isolation and loneliness. And so we want to make sure that we are keeping our older adults active and they are participating in something, whether it's a pen pal or you're writing them a letter. Or like my mom, she sends people birthday cards all the time, sympathy cards. She's always putting something in the mail to cheer someone up. So make sure you adopt an Asian beauty through our office so that you can be a pen pal to them. You can do video messaging or calling to them. You can also be a part of the birthday club for them to let them know that someone in this world is thinking about them. You can also go visit them, and on our senior service day, which is coming up on September the 16th, and we'll have more information about that, you can actually go around and help us engage with these older adults around the whole entire state of South Carolina as we have a governor's proclamation to celebrate that day. The proclaimed day is September 12th, but we celebrate it on the 16th. It's a Saturday. More family members are available on the weekend so that they can engage with these individuals. But 1 out of 4 older adults statistically are isolated, abandoned, they're lonely. And if they're lonely, isolated, abandoned, they don't care about living. They don't care about taking their diabetic medication. They don't care about taking their high blood pressure medicine because they just feel like no one cares about me. So why even try to live? So anytime you see an older adult that looks like they don't have someone advocating for them, you be the advocate. or you let us know so that we can help you advocate. Make sure that you are doing everything in your power to make these older adults feel as if they belong. Older adults are vital to our society. They're not just old, decrepit individuals who are waiting to waste away and die. These people have wisdom. These people have things to share, they have things to give. They are vital in our community, okay? And they need to be shown that, and they need to be told that, okay? um, Thankfully, my mother is still able to get around. She cannot walk on her own, but she is still alive. She can wheel in her electric wheelchair. Um, but thankfully, I have other siblings who can support my mom more than I do. And I'll be the first to tell you that my siblings put in their fair share of care for her, and they do it so effortlessly, so that I am able to do some of the things that I do today, to be able to still provide these services to you. So get you a group of family members who share the responsibility. And if you are a family that is with other siblings that have to care for a loved one, you all determine what's the best thing that each of you can do to support your loved one. And do not let anyone tell you that your share is not as good as theirs, because as long as you're offering something and doing your part, then that it's okay. But make sure that your part is indeed what you can do. And if you need improvement in that area, and you can do more, do that too. So every day, look for a way to be able to improve on how you spend more time with your loved one. I know my mom gets on me all the time about my communication with her and how I can do more in terms of um, being around. And yes, I know you're like, oh, well, how in the world is she, you know, dealing with aging folks all the time, and her mom's telling her that? Because realistically, children are working and living their own lives and taking care of their own family, but yet they still have to make room to take care of their older, aging parents. So they're trying to navigate not only caring for their young kids, but also still working and trying to make means for their kids and their household as well. So I'm not here to give you a fairy tale story. And I'm not here to sell you a lie. I'm here to tell you that there are times when you have families who are struggling to care for their older adults, and everybody is trying to do the best that they can to be able to do that. So, whatever it is that your share is that you can do, you make sure you do it. You make sure you give it your all, and you make sure no one, um, you know, tries to make you feel bad about the share that you put in. Okay. I get people call me all the time, and they have 7 people that are children of this loved one that they have to care for. And 6 of them live in a whole nother state. And that leaves the one person in the state where their parent is that's doing all of the care. That can be taxing. And then you have people who are right here in the same state, and the burden falls on one person. But whatever it is that your family is going through, work it out amongst each other and try to improve and do the best you can for your family member. Now, I do have to give a shout out to one of my friends. His name is Jason Mahoney. He has parents, they live in Sumter. I hope he doesn't mind me sharing this, but they work as a team. They have a spreadsheet that they have developed between each other as to who's doing what, when they're doing it, how they're doing it. Jason lives in North Carolina. Another brother lives someplace else. I think it's Oklahoma. Someone else is in DC. I can't even remember. But they have worked it out so um, seamlessly. Okay, I guess that's the right word. But they worked it out where people in their community in Sumter are taking their parents to the medical appointments because they're not here. They're providing all of the um, incontinence supplies or whatever it is that they need, or toiletries or whatever they need to their families. But of course, their parents, they're still um, walking around and doing for themselves, which is a blessing, but they have it all laid out and structured. If you haven't gotten there yet, it's okay. Don't beat yourself up. We're all trying to navigate this healthcare system to care for our loved one in a way that will be honorable to them because of what they've done to help raise us throughout our time in life. So if you don't have it right, you can get it right, and you still have time to make it right. Okay. But please make sure that in the midst of all of that, you are staying in touch to see that those older adults that you know and love are being taken care of, okay? Whether it's at home, whether it's at a nursing home, whether it's at an assisted living community, where it's in a day center, wherever it is, group home, whatever, make sure that they are taken care of. And you can look at them and hear them and use your senses and objective ways of documenting to know that they are getting the care that they need. And if they're not, then you need to call it to the attention of someone that can help them. Okay. Never ever leave an older adult in a position where they are not being cared for and you know they're not, and you don't say anything. Okay. Please make sure if you find that there is suspected abuse in someone older, that you report that as well, and you follow the proper channels to report it. Give a person at the entity a chance to correct what it is that you see before you go calling outside agencies. If that person is not correcting the issues and someone else needs to get involved, then you can go to the next level at that time. But every place should have a set of guidelines and how to report those things if that is the case. Okay. You are um, mandated to tell someone if you see that. Okay. I know as healthcare professionals, other people that are in different professions, if they sense or suspect that someone is being abused, they have to report that. Otherwise, it's just like you are seeing it, doing nothing, and you're just as guilty. Okay. So let's protect our older adults, our greatest generation, our aging beauties, those with exemplary wisdom who we should celebrate and value daily. Okay. Those of you that have just joined, hi, everyone. I'm Kesha L. Hayes. I am a transformational leader in healthcare. I am helping you navigate the health system for your loved one. Welcome to those who are back again for another week. Thank you to those who have supported us all these years, and welcome to the new folks. And those of you who are going to be replaying this later on, please make sure you use hashtag replay to let us know that this is going to be watched at a later time. I know I'm providing a lot of different things to you. I hope it's not overwhelming. You can go back and view this again, take notes. But I want to leave you with this. I just want to make sure that you understand that our older adults are our greatest generation. Okay. They are our Asian beauties. They are individuals who are aging in grace. They deserve respect. They deserve dignity. Okay. They have a lot to provide to us. They have wisdom to share with us. They have been there, done that. They can tell us a thing or two. They can help us live now and help us combat and get through some things that we're going to go through in the future. So we're going to look at them as vital. We're not going to look at them as old, decrepit, getting ready to waste away and don't have no value. Yes, they have some value. They have lots of wisdom to give. So make sure you are honoring them. Those of you who have families that are caring for a loved one, it's a struggle. Make sure that you are giving your portion and make sure you're okay with that portion. Always find ways to improve and always talk amongst each other about what you can do better for your loved one. Talk with each other, not at each other, not outside to other folks, but with each other. Okay. And just imagine what your loved one is going through because they can no longer care for themselves. It's a struggle for them mentally to have been independent and have done everything for themselves and now have to rely on you. So that really makes them afraid, and it makes them sad, and it makes them feel like, wow, I'm going to have to, utilize them, and they um, are feeling like they are a burden to you. So um, just know that, and make them not feel that way as much as possible. Okay, if you don't have an older adult that's in your family that you're caring for, and you can offer assistance to someone else, do that. Check on your neighbor to see if they have fans this summer and that they're staying cool, their air conditioner is working, that they, have all their necessities. Do something nice for an older adult. Okay. You see an older adult coming out the store with groceries, help them carry them, open the door for them, do whatever it is you can for our greatest generation. Okay. And then if you see that something is not right, whether you're visiting them or you're filling in the gap, just report it. Okay. Make sure they get what they need and what they deserve. Okay. And they're not aging in place, they're aging in grace. We're showing them dignity and respect. And if you ever need any more information about how to properly care for your loved one, how to navigate this health system for them, what the challenges are you're facing, and you want us to help you with that, please reach out to us. You can go to KeshaHayes.com. It's right there where you can see it, jot it down, and make sure you reach out to us. Okay. We want to make sure that you know that you're not in this alone. Okay. You're not in this alone. Those of you who have questions, please put it in the comments. We will get back to you at a later date. We will also make sure that we try to answer those by sending an inbox if we can. Okay. But thank you so much for listening to our topic today. I do want to leave you with something inspiring, as I do often. Let me find it and go to it. I hope you've enjoyed the conversation that we've had today. It's amazing when people can get together and discuss these things, and we can provide great information to you to help you in your daily life. Okay. Um, I said something on Facebook the other day, and some people commented on it, and I appreciate their comment, and I'm learning a lot from other people and their comment and their perspective. And this is what I put. Okay, and I think I talked about this on my first live broadcast, especially when I talked about being boldly inspired and what that comes with. But this was a quote I saw on Facebook, and it says, when you naturally attract attention without even trying, you need to be careful. That kind of magnetism also attracts jealousy and envy. Okay. When you naturally attract attention without even trying, you need to be careful. That kind of magnetism also attracts jealousy and envy. Okay. Um, sometimes we can shine so bright, and other people are just intimidated by our light. And then we can shine so bright that it's not that they're intimidated, but they don't quite know yet how to walk in theirs. So they may be looking at you because they need some type of guidance or help to be able to shine theirs. Okay. So when you shine yours with confidence, not arrogance, but confidence, and you walk in your purpose, regardless of what it is that people are saying, not only do you continue to give yourself permission to glow, but you also give someone else permission to do so as well. And while I posted this, I'm not worried about people being jealous of me or being envious of me because I don't have time to do that. Okay. None of us who are focused on our end result, or like that, those horses that are racing that they have those blinders on, we can't look and try to figure out who's jealous and envious of us. Okay, so we're not doing that. That's not what the post is about. The post is about sometimes letting people know that this way of life, whether it's entrepreneurship, whether it's 9 to 5, whatever it is that you're doing, motherhood, womanhood, manhood, husband, wife, whatever, it's hard sometimes. And sometimes you face things that you sometimes don't imagine that you would. And jealousy and envy, those are dangerous things. Okay. Sometimes people can be jealous and envious of you, and they don't understand your backstory, which is crazy to me. The same thing that I acquire, the same thing that I can do, the same thing that I can get, if you spent more time going after that as opposed to being jealous or envious, then you can do the same thing. And I'm not always saying that someone is jealous or envious of me because I don't know and I don't care. But what I'm saying is I have experienced that type of um, backlash, and it's not pretty. When someone is jealous of you and envious of you, they do a whole lot of things to try to hurt you. Okay, they'll try to hurt your um, character. They'll try to attack your business. They'll do all sorts of things. It speaks of that evil even in the Bible. Okay. So, what I'm encouraging you to do today is to form your own purpose and to be so focused on what it is that you are called and assigned to do that you don't even have time to compare yourself to what someone else is doing, or to be looking at someone else and be coveting it, or being jealous of it, or being envious of it. Okay, it wastes time. It wastes precious good time that you could be building a foundation on something that's so necessary, that's of substance. Okay, so do not waste your time doing things that's going to take you away from the purpose that you are called on this earth to do. Okay. So you may be looking at my winning season, but you don't know what I was doing in my losing season. Okay. So you don't know what I went through to get to where I am. So instead of being um, jealous about it or envious about it, be thanking God that they made it, that they got to this level. And how can I reach out to that person to see what they did so that I can possibly get help to get to that level as well? Because some of the people that are assigned to your life to help you get to the next level, these are the same people that you're hating on. Okay. Don't miss your blessings being petty and being messy. Okay. I want you to get everything that God has for you. And you can't do it if you're operating on Messyville and Petty Lane. Okay. So make sure that you keep your blinders on, you stay in your lane. You keep your eyes focused on the prize and the mission ahead. There's a destiny that you need to reach, and you have no time for distractions, okay? No time for distractions, okay? If you're not reaching back to bring someone up to the place where you're at, or you're not looking down to pick someone up to carry them on to the next level, don't look down on anyone. Don't hate on anyone. Don't be jealous of anyone. Don't be envious of anyone. Okay? Just do you, be you, and do the right thing. That's all I want you to do. Okay? Because I promise you, life is so much better when you have peace in knowing that you are doing right by everybody you try to come in contact with. There's peace in knowing that you don't have to worry about somebody saying something you said because you was at their house gossiping the other night. It's peace in knowing that you are at your house minding your business and you're not saying nothing to nobody about anybody and nobody can put your name in nothing. It's peace, y'all. It's peace. Live in peace and live in freedom. And if you are on Messyville and Petty Lane, there's no peace there. And you are distracted from the call that God has on your life. Everybody has a calling, everybody has been given talents, everybody has been given gifts. You honor God by utilizing your talents and your gifts. And if we're so focused on what the Lord wants us to do, we won't have no time worrying about what someone else is doing. The only thing we'll be worried about is how we can help somebody, how we can serve someone, how we can do whatever it is necessary to be a light and an inspiration in that person's life. Okay. Other than that, it serves us no purpose. It serves us no purpose at all. So I challenge you to go out here and do everything you can to be good to everybody, to live in the right way, and to have standards that are pleasing in God's sight. How can you make him proud? Not how you can get on the Oprah show. I want to be on Oprah so bad. I can't wait to get on. Okay. And I am going to see Oprah one day, Michelle Obama, and everybody else that I've been dying to see. But seek ye the kingdom of heaven first, and all those things shall be added unto you. What your desires are, if they're in line with God, He's going to give you everything you need. Okay. What I'm saying to you is keep that alignment alongside of his will and his plan, and he will absolutely blow your mind. He will blow your mind, y'all. So I just want to say that quote on my Facebook page was about me witnessing and going through jealousy and envy by other folks, experiencing that, but at the same time, understanding that it's not about me. Sometimes people are doing things to you and it's not necessarily about you. It's about them and what they lack and what they need to learn and how they need to grow. So we need to stop taking things so personal. And I'm talking to myself because I had to learn this. Someone told me in the healthcare field to carry around your Q-tip. Carry around your Q-tip and be all right. And Q-tip stands for quit taking it personal. And there was a time long years ago where everything someone said or did, I would take it personal. And I would say, oh my God, why are they doing me like this? And why they did me like this? And why are they doing this? And blah, 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 la, la, la. But then as years went by, I realized that if I took more time worrying about what someone else was doing, not doing, then I was distracting my own self from what I should be doing. So I'm only encouraging you to grow and come to the place that God has allowed me to be at right now. And it's been a journey. And I want you to be successful in everything you do. And in order to do that, you got to let the small stuff go. You got to let the small stuff go. You got to get back to the business at hand. And having the business at hand is making sure that you're not distracted by the petty things. If you cannot focus now on what it is that God has given you now, because you're constantly worrying about the small stuff, how do you think He's going to give you that big, great thing that He's waiting to bless you for? This is your preparation season right now. He's looking to see what you can handle, how you're going to react, and if you're going to withstand the test of everything that's coming at you right now. And if you keep failing, he's going to keep you in the same place. He's going to keep the same attacks and experiences happening to you over and over again. So pass the test so he can go ahead and put you into the next level so that you can get everything that he has in store for you. Because I want you to get your things because you belong in those things. You deserve to have those things, okay? You've worked hard for those things. So don't delay your things by delaying your growth and staying on Messyville and Petty Lane, okay? We're moving over to boldly inspired estate, okay? We're moving over to strategic alignment way. All right? We're not on Messyville and Petty Lane. All right. So I want to encourage you all to be the best that you can be. And you guys, listen, if you know the word of prayer and you have a real connection with God, I want you to pray for me because I am leaving to go to Boston in the morning. My flight is at 7:42 a.m. and I'm going to be there until July the 11th. I am going to the Lions International Convention. I am the first female president of the Camden Lions Club after 75 years. I'm not proud of that. 75 years they didn't have a female president. But guess what? We have um, broken that barrier. So we are the first female president, and I love my organization and I love the members that are in my group here in Camden. We're doing some wonderful things. So I'm going to go to Boston. I'm going to bring back some great knowledge, but I want you to pray my strength that everything goes well up in the air and while I'm in Boston, okay? And until then, I will see you all next week. Please, you all that are watching in the replay, hashtag replay, those of you that are new, share with me your name, where you're from, why you decided to watch. Those of you who have been supporting me over the years, thank you so much. Thank you for your patience tonight while I was running late from one place to the next, but we still got on. God is good. I hope you all have been blessed. I hope you all have been inspired. And until next time, goodbye.